Hi, I'm Dr. Rachel Langley. I practice here in beautiful Colorado Springs at Pine Ridge Family Medicine. Today I wanted to talk about something that a lot of Coloradans do, given that we have such amazing sunshiny days interspersed with our cold, chilly, snowy days. And that's running. We have such great trails here in Colorado Springs, everywhere from the major El Paso Trail, sorry, not El Paso, Santa Fe Trail, to all the little neighborhood trails connecting from here to there. I know especially my husband loves to run from neighborhood to neighborhood and is plotting out his favorite runs and the runs that he can take our girls on while they're bicycling and he's running, that sort of thing. It's a great place to be, but man, running can certainly take a toll on the body. And making sure that you're running with correct form is a perfect way to make sure that you're not injuring yourself. And I've come a long way in my running experience. I ran track in high school. I did a lot of sprinting and had a lot of shin splints, and I put stress fractures in my lower legs and my tibias. I've had bunions and knee pain. I haven't had all the injuries out there, but I've had quite a few, and I've treated lots of patients with plantar fasciitis. So how do you keep doing the thing that you love, running, and avoid injury as much as possible? My favorite thing to recommend is to make sure that you're in proper running form. I do like barefoot running a lot. In fact, these are my barefoot shoes and my real shoes. Look at how thin those are, and they're so lightweight. And on sunny days, sometimes I'll run actually barefoot, and that's kind of fun. And that's not the only way to avoid injury, but it's certainly one of my favorite ways to force my body into it. But let's talk about what is good form with running. I pull most of my information from Dr. Mark Cucuzella. He's my guru when it comes to good running form. And I will link to some of his videos up here if you click on these little, I don't know what to describe them as. They're little text that'll appear above the video. And you can click on those for other videos that are truly excellent. They really have great visuals on what good running form is. But in the meantime, just to go over the basics of it without getting into the detailed videos, how do you run well? So first of all, you actually want to run on your toes and not have your heels touch the ground at all while you're running. And that doesn't, there's a bad way of running on your toes and a good way of running on your toes. So we'll talk about some other things to think about as you're running on your toes. You really want to avoid your heel striking the ground at all. That's one of the benefits of barefoot running shoes, is that the heel is a lot thinner, so it's easier to not land on your heels. In fact, it kind of hurts to land on your heels, and that pain gives you an immediate feedback of, hey, you're running the wrong way. So running on your toes, which means that every time you put your foot down, if you're running across like this, you actually want to put your foot down straight beneath your hips is what I think of when I'm running, is trying to not reach forward, but down every single stride that you take. And that forces you, again, to run just on your toes. If you're reaching your foot in front of your body, you're going to have to land on your heel. But if you're going straight down and driving the ground back behind you with every single stride, that'll help you to keep the forces in your legs where they should be. This will automatically lead to a faster cadence. You might even feel like you're falling forward as you're running, which is a good thing. It's kind of that's what walking is a controlled fall, right? And running all the more so. So you're going to have a quick cadence. I even have a metronome on my cell phone for you music people out there. A metronome, non-musical people, a metronome is something that ticks and talks and gives a steady rhythm for you. So 170 beats per minute is something that I like to have in my ear once in a while when I'm running to make sure I'm going fast enough, because it's a pretty fast cadence. So you're taking short strides, fast strides, and putting your foot directly beneath your hips every single time. Sometimes I'll imagine myself jump roping as I'm running along to kind of get that feel of it should be what naturally you kind of fall into. If you're jumping and using the spring of your Achilles tendon, your calf muscle there to propel you up and down, it's a natural rhythm that you fall into that feels pretty good. And you can go faster speed, not by increasing the cadence so much as increasing the length of your stride and how much you're leaning forward in a way. And you slow down by leaning backward just a little bit, not backward, but not as far forward. You still have that falling feeling in a way. I'm saying in a way a lot. Sorry about that. And you're just not propelling yourself with each step quite as far, and that's how you can go at a slower, more relaxed pace, which is an important part of running too. You don't always have to go as fast as possible. Your shoulders should be relaxed, especially women tend to tense up their shoulders as they're running, or even run like this with their shoulders. Try to have all the arm movement come from your arms and not your shoulders so much. With your triceps really being active, you're driving your arms backward with every single step. That helps to propel your body in the right way. So those are my things that I think about as I'm running to try to keep myself from being injured. It's really helped me to enjoy running more because it's not painful. I mean, I feel more like I'm falling forward and just catching myself and enjoying the scenery, rather than I'm lifting each lug painfully up with the quadriceps and really just driving myself forward in misery. I hope to be able to continue running for a long time, especially because I'm not injuring myself as much. I haven't had shin splints ever since I switched to barefoot shoes. I had bunion surgery, but then I've been really good about strengthening my feet through barefoot running and doing exercises throughout the day to try to avoid those from recurring. I've never had plantar fasciitis, but that's a super common injury associated with running that I see less often in barefoot runners or runners with proper form. Yeah, so what's not to like? Fewer injuries, enjoying running more. I'm a big fan of focusing on proper form. Again, watch these videos that I have planned across the top for more details. Oops, they'll be over here. For more details and videos. And if you ever want to come out to our clinic and I'll watch you run and give you some pointers, I would love that. So hopefully that was a little bit helpful, and the next sunshiny day, I'll see you out on the trail.